Hey, what's up, nerds? Just real quick, a lot's going on in the world of video games right now. We covered a lot having to do with the Xbox, Series X and S. But amidst that, I did not want this to get lost, and I wanted to get out some thoughts on the announcement that Nintendo made this morning of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This is yet another, Dynasty Warriors type game from Koei Tecmo, set in the Zelda universe. We had the Hyrule Warriors that came out on Wii U. They ported it to 3DS, and then they brought the definitive edition to the Switch, and those are fine. Not my bag. I can't say that I've never liked the Dynasty Warriors games, but they're not things I love. So I didn't even play Hyrule Warriors. So I find it odd that I'm as enthused about this one as I am. I think it's actually very cool. I think what it is, if you don't know already, is it is a prequel to Breath of the Wild. And it is set 100 years before, during the war that everything in Breath of the Wild is predicated on. And I think this actually works incredibly well. This style of game works incredibly well for that type of story. You play as Link, Zelda, and at least the 4 champions who were in Breath of the Wild who didn't quite make it. So obviously this is going to have a downer ending, but the gameplay looks fun. There's a lot going on here. I don't have any deep analysis or anything on it. I'm not Game Explain. I'm sure by now they have theirs up, because this video is going to have to wait. Gerald would kill me if this went up before the Xbox One S price reaction video. But I just wanted to express enthusiasm for it and see what other people are feeling about it, because I've seen a lot of mixed things on this. I think a lot of people are really let down that this story is being told in a Warriors game, and I'm not, just because it seems like my problem with Hyrule Warriors is it didn't have any stakes, and I didn't care. It was just Dynasty Warriors with Zelda paint on it, and that just does not appeal to me. This does. This absolutely does. My biggest problem with Breath of the Wild is that the story is kind of thin and boring. So fleshing that out in this way is really cool, and it's a good stopgap until we get Breath of the Wild 2. I've seen a lot of people have the reaction that, they're pushing this out because the Breath of the Wild sequel is going to be delayed. That's not how games work. That's not how the game industry works. We haven't had an announcement for Breath of the Wild 2's release date. And even if there is a delay from when they thought it was, this game's been in production for quite a while. Well before they would have known that they were going to have production delays with it. I think some people said that they were bummed out because this definitely means that the Breath of the Wild sequel isn't coming in 2020. It's September. We knew that. There wasn't going to be a 2-month hype period for a Zelda game. It just wasn't going to be the case. If it was coming out this year, we would have known well before this. In fact, they would have told us and then probably delayed it. Rather than just wait until it's right up on us before they announce it. This is the big holiday game for Nintendo. And that's a choice, but I think it's not the worst one. It's going to get me to buy it. I'm going to buy one of these Warriors spin-offs for once. So I'm pumped about it, and I just wanted to have the conversation with you guys and see what you guys think about it. Let me know in the comments down below if you think this is a good thing, if you think this is possibly damaging to the to the Breath of the Wild brand, to the Breath of the Wild trilogy, as it will now be, because this will be part 1 This will be part 1. Breath of the Wild will be the middle part of the story, and then the Breath of the Wild sequel will be the conclusion to the trilogy. And I think that's certainly fascinating. It's definitely different than the way they've handled any Zelda story before. So this is going to be a big story, which is good. Because Breath of the Wild, the original Breath of the Wild, seemed like it had the potential for that, and it squandered it. So clearly it's not being squandered anymore. I'm very excited about this. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like it if you like this video. Dislike it if you didn't like this video. And let's have a conversation in the comments. See you in the next one.